first take.
Who was it? Opening statement, Coach?
Well, it was a great game. You know, Lake Taylor did a tremendous job. I think we just made a few more plays than they did. You know, they're fast, well coached. You know, what they do well, we struggle with a little bit defensively, but you know, these two guys here offensively in our line, and you know, Ben and a few other guys just really did a nice job and just kind of kept things moving, I think, and that was the difference. And we made a few more plays in it. So I thought we played pretty good defense, you know, in the last quarter. We struggled a little bit at first, but we kind of thought we would, and these guys kind of bailed us out. I don't even want to know how many times Graham carried the ball, but oh well. But just some tremendous plays, you know, a lot of third and fourth down plays. I thought he did a great job.
What was it about the hard counts today that was working?
I mean, we knew we could go on two. Hopefully, they would be jumping, and
they were very anxious up front.
Yep, that's what happened when we got after them early. They were more anxious to jump.
They were trying to time some blitzes, and I think that helped us a little bit to slow them down. And I think they got, you know, like anything else, you get a little tired sometimes. You make some mistakes, but they're pretty talented.
All right, Coach. Has this sunk in for you yet?
You know. For me, probably not, but for these guys, probably. You know, I just enjoy watching them celebrate, and it's about them, not me.
Sure.
This is my 40th year. You know, I've had some great memories, but now these guys have a great memory. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited that we won, but
sure.
I'm glad these guys were able. You know, this was a goal of theirs 2 years ago, and you know, so I think, you know, early in the season we were 1-2, and you know, I wasn't sure we could get here, but they did a nice job. They hung in there, and we got better every week. I think it paid off. You know, I think we did a good job.
And speaking of that, starting 1-2, you're big on consistency and trusting the process. Was there anything during that time that or did you just keep on doing what you've been doing and things started rolling? Or?
Well, we made a few changes. This guy started to run the ball 25 times a game. You know, he didn't run the ball much in the first 2 games. We also played some pretty talented teams early, so you know, I think that really helped us. It showed us some weaknesses that we had to fix, and we did. And we had some young kids step up, and that was huge, especially on defense. You know, a couple sophomores playing now, and they weren't playing in those games.
Coach, you've been around a lot of big games. To have your quarterback, Graham, have 477 yards and 5 touchdowns, where does that rank in terms of quarterback performances on the big stage that you've seen?
It's the best one I've had. I've had some talented guys, and you know, we've won some big games over the years, but never, you know, this guy, what a tremendous performance. I know he was hurt in the first quarter, and he never, the thought of coming off the field, you know, was never there. He's just such a leader and such a team guy. It was fun to watch him today. I mean, if some college doesn't want this guy, they're crazy, I'm telling you.
Graham, was this game kind of a microcosm of your season? The 1-2 start, you got down 49-6 in the game, but you kept battling back. Just speak on what this battle was like, them physical, the defense, and what it was like for you out there.
Well, we knew they were going to be really aggressive, and you know, starting out 1-2 didn't really faze us. We've always talked about overcoming adversity as a team, and I mean, when you have great coaches, and they never let your mindset change, so we were able to get it done.
You guys made history, school history today, first time ever. Sure. What does this mean for just the school and the community too?
It's huge for the school. Like, we've never had anything comparable to this in our little town that we have. And it's like a dream of ours since a young age to win this, and it's awesome that we did.
We've been talking about this since our freshman year. We thought we'd be the class that hopefully could get it done, and a lot of hard work, sweat, and tears, we were able to pull it out.
We left yesterday morning, the whole middle, there was an elementary school right next to our school, and Prince was kind enough to let them all out, and our kids all got out of the bus and high-fived them. And that got over 750 views because one of our parents put it on Facebook. So I just, you know, we're a small community, and you know, all these kids grew up playing football together, and that's huge. So.
Coach, did you see anything defensively from? I mean, Lake Taylor brings a lot of pressure. Did you see something that you could exploit in this matchup, or?
Well, we're pretty good at wideout. We're long. You know, they play a lot of man coverage, and you know, Graham has just had such a good week, a couple of weeks, this week of practice, and he just put the ball on guys. The guy that made it, I mean, don't get me wrong, Nick did his job, Ben, but Chris Miller, I mean, made some plays, and that was huge today. And you know, you can only cover so many guys, and you know, Graham did a good job of putting the ball on him, and he made 2 or 3 huge plays today. So.
How was it to have such a large student section make the trip?
It was awesome. We had a lot of former players, a lot of community members. You know, had one of our players fly in from Dallas, you know, that played for us 5 years ago. You know, we have a big tradition at our school, and, you know, everybody takes pride in what we do and the process and, you know, doing the right thing. And that's a big deal in our school. So, yeah, it was exciting. It was exciting to see everybody there, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun in Percival here in the next week or so.
And if I'm correct, I believe you're the only Northern Virginia team to win a state title this year after looking at the results. So how's that not only represent Loudoun County, Percival, and all of Northern Virginia, you know, getting the job done here today?
You know, it was good. You know, we're excited for us as a team. You know, it's pretty tough when you compete against the teams from the, you know, the beach area. But I thought our kids did a good job. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. I mean, I kind of wish that Stonebridge could have won. Mickey's a friend of mine, and obviously Kyle Simmons is a buddy of mine. So, you know, we're glad we, you know, at least one of us won. So it was good. So we're pretty excited. I'm sure they'll be excited for us too, because, you know, they're good guys.
And Graham, could you imagine the kind of game you're able to put together? I think you had 3 touchdowns at the half, and then added a couple more there in the second half. Could you envision this type of game? The offense, I imagine, was just going to take whatever the defense gave you, and I imagine the pass was working well for you today.
Yeah, going in, we knew we were going to have to throw the ball some, so, you know, as they just stacked the box and play man across the board. But our coaches were able to call our number, and we had guys running wide open a lot of the time, but just making plays is huge for us.
I told the offensive staff, you know, I said, you know, we have our hands full defensively. They're good and they're fast. I said, we're going to have to score points, so let it rip, and they did such a good job. I mean, you know, you play to win. You know, when you get to this game, you play to win, and they did a nice job. And you know, of course, these guys did a great job.
Do either of you sense, or even you, Coach, that the offensive line was setting a tone early that you could have a long drive and kind of wear them down later in the game? Or
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily thinking that coming into this, but they came in and fought their butt off, and I was surprised, and it was awesome to see.
The first drive, we ran it right down the throat and were able to throw it in at the end. But, I mean, that was just a dominating drive from the
I think that was
offensive
a
line.
big confidence builder, because, I mean, you know, on film, they're pretty impressive. And, you know, the first drive, you know, I think it built some confidence with our guys. And, you know, we had a couple linemen a little banged up, and, you know, they fought through it, which was good. You know, that's good toughness on their part. But, you know, but again, him running on him, he carries the ball, but a lot. Crazy. We good, guys?
Good, guys.
Thank you so much.